Well, it's an emphasis in every game, and there have been some recent games where we didn't do a good job of getting it in the paint and paid a price. So it was an emphasis. Lloyd made an emphasis before the game in the prep, and then of course we wanted to keep them out of the paint. They're just an attacking team. So we did a great job in the second half. Holding those guys to 43 points is an accomplishment, and I think it just shows what we're capable of defensively. And on nights when we're not shooting the ball from three well, like tonight where we shoot 20%, you got to have a 43-point half to be able to finish the game off. And so, that's the world we're living in. And we're going to break out one of these nights and make everything we look at. But, in the meantime, our defense has got to be consistent. And our team stepped up tonight. Our top players stepped up tonight defensively and made a big difference.
As you guys, you just talked about your rim defense, and Miles, of course he's back there all the time. But did you what was the key adjustment to kind of getting the team defense at the rim to the level you wanted? Because I felt like in the second half it was even better.
Yeah, but don't make it about rim protection. Rim protection means you're getting beat on the perimeter, and we don't want to do that. And it takes a special group to sit down and avoid those situations. So. Miles is great at what he does, so is Jalen, so is Isaiah, and those guys are good are very good insurance back there, but the mindset can't be just to funnel things to them, because it just doesn't work. We've got to do a great job at the point of attack, try to avoid fouls, and then we're making it hard, on the other team.
I guess to keep going on that, who impressed you, I guess, at the point of attack? I know Aaron obviously started on Mikal Bridges, and he ends up with 7 points. Just what do you think of those guys?
Look, they got difficult guys. Schroeder scores on everybody. He's shooting 48% from three on the year. Bridges is a great player. Thomas is their leading scorer, and so – they're an attacking team. Cam Johnson can shoot from 40 feet. They got a lot of problems you got to deal with. Watford was driving it in there, and so it's just we've got to play with a certain attitude about it. And look, Monday is going to be another big challenge. Cleveland coming in here, they got beat tonight in Houston. We beat them a couple times, and so. That's going to be a big challenge too, but we've got to find a way to take it.
Obviously, when getting the ball to the rim is an emphasis, when getting points in the paint is an emphasis, just how good is it to have a guy like Pascal? You can throw it in there and he can just make a play. And
Pascal was great tonight. He was great on offense. He needed to slow down a little bit at halftime into the second half, but he played a great overall game, and defensively he had his best game. Wasn't even close. The play where he blitzed the pick and roll on the sideline and made the loose ball play turned the game. So proud of him. And this is what the top players have to do. These guys have to set the tone and make, get your hands dirty, loose ball plays that don't show up in the stat sheets. It's a different kind of world. But he did a great job tonight. Ty held his own, doing his job, and from there, everybody fell in line. But that's what it's going to take.
What did you like from Aaron on both ends? It seemed like he obviously attacked, off the bounce as well, and like I said, defensively.
He wasn't allowing himself to be screened. He was so physical, and offensively, he ran, he made key threes, he found openings, he got a couple and ones, a lot of big plays. And look, him and Nemhard and Shep are the three guys that are going to give you a run through the wall defense and run through the wall defensive consistency. And we need everybody to move in the direction of what those guys do.
Just last one I want to ask about Shep, because he was obviously made a bunch of plays for you guys just running down the floor and not running guys. You talked about him being one of your best runners. How important of a weapon is that becoming for him, just that he's, just getting going in transition and getting out in front of everybody?
Yeah. Look, he brings an energy and a level of speed to the game at both ends that is really important to us. And I just love the way he steps into his shots, you know. And look, it's men, not machines. You're not going to make every shot, but he steps in with the same kind of conviction on each shot, the same process on each shot, and so, you know, that's all you can ask of a young player. And so we need to keep him to keep doing what he's doing, and you know, those three guys I mentioned, you know, set a great example for guys, you know, the rest of the guys on our team. And so, you know, it was grit and guts that got the game won tonight. Anything less, it wouldn't have happened.
I mean, we put emphasis into that. Like pre-game was to get to the paint. We looked at our last previous games. Haven't been shooting the ball so well, but we're one of the top paint teams in the league, so we just had to make sure we just continue to be us.
Was that like a reaffirmation of, hey, we're not shooting well, we need to get in there more? Is it a constant thing from the coaching staff? Like, why do you think that was pointed out to you guys before this one?
I would say it's more of a constant thing.
Jenny has said paint to great before, I think, on some broadcasts. Like, what does that mean to you and how this team kind of hums on offense?
Just get to the paint, and great things will happen. I mean, like, you know, there's numbers behind it besides, like, whenever we get into the paint, we tend to score more, and if we don't get to the paint, we don't score more. So.
Only 42 in the paint for them. What did you think of you guys' defense tonight, and why do you think you did so well keeping them out of there?
We did a great job effort-wise from the jump. I thought we played hard, played with focus for 48 minutes, and we've been doing a good job recently, and we just need to continue to build on that moving forward.
I think on that note, I think Rick said that you refused to allow yourself to be screened tonight. I mean, just what were you kind of looking for, just to kind of avoid their stuff and stick with your guy? Obviously, I think you were assigned to Macau first, and Macau ended up with 7 points on 1 of 8. I mean, just what did you feel like you personally did well defensively? What were you trying to do just to make sure they weren't, you know, getting you hold up in screens?
You know, make sure he doesn't get an easy look. You know, especially early. Make sure that his shots are tough, and that way, you know, later in the game he can't find the rhythm. And, you know, it's a team effort, and I thought we did a good job guarding everybody today.
What just how important has Pascal been for you guys, especially on a night where you know you have to get it in the paint? The fact that you can throw it into him and he's going to be able to make a play. And just
yeah, I mean, he's a phenomenal player to have, a phenomenal person to have on our team. Anytime, you know, we have a slow offense and we need help getting to the basket or getting the bucket, you know, you can just throw it up to him and he's going to make something great happen.
What I know you talked before about how much easier he's made your life as far as being able to pick guys up in transition. I mean, how important was he tonight that you guys were both able to, you know, kind of coordinate and just, you know, get in the way of their guys?
Yeah, like I said, like if I'm getting back or if I'm pressing up, you know, and my man takes down the court, I know Pascal can get him and he can guard him, and I don't have to worry about, you know, being out of place or switched off in position. So it just makes my life easier, Drew's life easier, you know, having another guy who can really take the load defensively.
Just to get back to the paint discussion, is there a point where you guys could see that you could get there whenever you wanted to, basically? Like, obviously, you knew it was an emphasis beforehand. I imagine when the shots aren't falling, you're thinking you've got to go. But is there a point where you're like, we can do this whenever we want?
Yeah, and I think that's the attitude we need to have more. You know, we can do this whenever we want. And if we stick to that mindset, you know, we're going to continue to be hard to guard.
What ways have you seen Ben Shepherd grow this season as a defender?
Ben has always been a good defender. He's always had really good feet. He plays with his hands out, doesn't foul much, gets a couple rookie calls. But, I mean, Shepherd's going to be a big-time defender in this league and a big-time player, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's very important. Obviously, we know, like, you know, I think when everyone talks about the team, it's like, you know, play fast and like all that stuff. Like, I think as much as we can, like, we have guys that can get to the paint, so we just got to continue to try to do that. You know, coach put a lot of emphasis on that, and yeah, like I think we have the personnel, so just continue to do that. We're hard to guard when you continue to move continuously and just get to the rim.
I think it helps you with your other shots too, even the ones not at the paint when you are getting downhill as much as you guys like to.
I mean, I think like just statistically, like when you get to the paint and even the threes are like easier, you know. So I think that should always be the focus and you know, obviously, like it's like you're gonna make shots, you're gonna miss shots. Like that's just basketball in general. So, but as long as we do the right things and we get the shots that we want, you know, we'll live with the results.
On the flip side, you guys didn't allow very many points in the paint. What kind of emphasis has there been on defense since you got here, and where does tonight rank on kind of some of the best nights you've seen?
Yeah, I think for me, it's like, you know, for like every team that I've been on that was good. Like defense was a big thing. So I think like that's been the focus, and like the coach has been doing a good job of just putting emphasis on that, and I think us as players just taking accountability, and again, it's not gonna be perfect. There's gonna be nights where it's gonna be a little, but I think once we have the focus and the attention to wanting to guard better, and just not thinking that okay, like the other team can score and we can go score on the other side too. Like that, the focus should be to stop as much as we can and run, and again that makes our offense even easier. So we just gotta take pride in it, and again, like I said, it's hard. It's hard to play defense in this league because obviously, like we know how the game is being called, or however, like it's just so many great offensive players. So we just gotta just stay together. It's a team thing, and continue to put the effort in.
Just staying with defense, I think Rick said he thought this was your best defensive game by a long shot. Do you agree, I guess? And if so, what do you feel like you did better tonight?
I mean, I try to go out there every day, do my best. And again, like I said, there's going to be some days where it's going to look, a certain way. But I think the effort's there. And I thought, like today, our energy was a little low. I thought I was just trying to go out there, bring some just energy. And I think for me, like I just feel like I'm an energy giver. Like, so I gotta, kind of like hold myself accountable to that. Like sometimes, like I could be out there just, not really bringing the energy that I'm supposed to bring. So, and I think like just as a leader, just understanding that like whatever you do, like people pick it up. And if you want to accept it or not, like it's just the reality of it. And I feel like every time I have that energy and effort, like our team just kind of responds.
You've talked before about just knowing that you can get whatever situation you're in, you can get a good shot, I guess. I mean, when there's a game like this, when you guys got to get the ball into the paint, how much do you feel like that plays into your strengths, I guess?
That's exactly what we want to be. I think for me as a player, like, again, I feel like I can always get to that painted area, like, whenever I want to. So just I think, like, all the guys just the effort of just, like, looking there and trying to make sure that we make those plays. The mismatches and all that. Like, so I think we just got to continue to get better at that, and I think that sometimes, we play so fast that, like it's just we get the open shot that we get, in the offense, but sometimes just putting emphasis on wanting to get to the paint and again, like that's what I'm here for. So, yeah.
How are you seeing that synergy improve? I mean, do you think, obviously today it seemed like it was there, certainly when you realized you had to get in the paint and the threes weren't going down, it seemed like everybody noticed, all right, well, he's going to get us a shot.
Right.
You feel like that's...
Yeah, no, I think everyone's getting better at it. And like I said, like we're learning each other, like, and I think that, like the more we out there, the more we play, like I think the more the guys will understand, like, like, again, like what I'm good at and the things that I can do well. And the better we're going to get as a team. So I think that we're all learning, like, and I think even from the coaching side, like everyone is learning. And it's easy to be like, oh man, it's been 25 games, and it feels like, like, but nah, like it takes a lot. It takes a lot more to, continue to learn about each other, our tendencies, and I think that we're just going to continue to better, and we got to peak at the right time, and I think that's the focus that we got to have. Like all these games are hard, continue to work hard, but just know that, like April, May, and June, like we want to play our best basketball then. So like that, we got to continue to do that.
Do you think? I mean, obviously you've been there before. You've been to a championship. You've won a championship. And do you feel like as you guys get deeper into this, there's going to be a better understanding that you're going to have to play that way? Yeah,
no, for sure. I think it will be. And that's should be like the way we should be thinking about it. And it's a learning experience. And we're gonna get better.
Coach talked before the game about how he wants to stagger you and Tyrese a little bit, so you guys are always there on the floor. What have you liked about playing with that second unit? Is there more of an emphasis that you feel like you need to be more of a scorer with that second unit maybe than with the first unit?
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. I guess because I think obviously obviously we know TJ, like, the pace and everything. I think it works well with me also, like just making sure that he has another option out there that he can go to whenever. And I love playing with those guys. Like we play hard, bring the energy. Like everyone just like, it's like, I like that type of units, and for me, like I think as long as we're out there on the floor, keeping me and Ty out there like at all times, like I think it's good for our team. So, so we just gotta continue to do that, being consistent with it, and hopefully it keeps working.
It's in the first half. I think we gave up 50 points, 52 points. It's pretty good, but we weren't shooting it well, and that's why the score was so close. So the second half, we really locked in on the defensive end and took it to another level. And broke the game open.
I'm not sure there's a more signature moment for you than not just an inbound steal, but on an ATO, and it kind of felt like the moment that maybe broke the back. Can you take us through that play?
Just trying to do what I do. See a moment of opportunity and go get a steal and get us a bucket and get the crowd into it.
As you look at what you guys have been able to do defensively this past week, really this month as a whole, what's that growth meant, and what does the continued growth mean to this group?
Yeah, it's helped a lot.
One assist, TJ?
Like I said, it's helped a lot. Just the growth on defense. I think we started the year pretty poorly on that end, and the continued growth for us to lock in, it shows a lot of maturity, and there's room for improvement, obviously, but the fact that we're getting better on that end, it's showing.
How would you evaluate where this team is here? You're now less than a month less in the regular season, and this is when you want to start to be ramping up, and it appears as if you guys are.
Yeah, I think we've dropped some games that we certainly should have won, and that's disappointing, but we have to kind of take it to another level here, and because every game is important, and where we're trying to go, we just have to take it day by day.
TJ did a great job getting downhill, and finishing over them. I thought we just did a good job of playing random basketball and getting downhill.
As the whole team has kind of slumped from deep since the break, what kind of importance can that add when you reaffirm and re-look at getting to the rim as much as you guys did?
Yeah, I think early in the year we just relied so much on the three that if we didn't shoot well, we would lose those games. I think we've done a good job. Like you said, we've been struggling since after All-Star, really, and we've just done a good job locking in defensively to be able, in the games where we're not making shots, still come out like we shot the ball awful. I shot the ball awful and still won by a pretty wide margin just because we were able to get stops and get to the rim.
Just when you can throw the ball into a guy like him, Pascal, and he can make plays like that, just how important is that for you guys, especially when other things aren't working and the outside shot isn't going down, to have that weapon? Yeah,
I just trust him a lot as a scorer, but also as a playmaker, creating advantages for himself and others, and he just does a really good job of getting other guys the ball, and as well as doing what he does as well. He's one of the best players in the world for a reason, so just utilizing that.
What impressed you about the way you guys defended Pascal, but also Aaron and a lot of these guys? I think holding them to 42 in the paint.
Yeah, I saw we did a good job digging in, making them shoot tough twos, and finishing possessions with rebounds. Thought everybody chipped in. Whole starting five, bench was really good. Saw we did a good job of being locked in, being engaged. We had a tough practice yesterday, so I think kudos to our staff as well for just our attention to detail coming into tonight.
What went into your recent teammate gift experience?
What? Oh, the wine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sending the guys up. Just showing love. They've done a lot for me this season, so anytime I can show some love, I will.